Okay, thank you so much, Leo. Thank you so much for everyone here. It's nice to see you again. So well-known people for me. So I love to see you here. Thank you so much. Well, uh, perfect. So, well, you already know a little bit about me. 26 years experience in this field in cybersecurity, forensics, malware analysis, and well, a lot of different things. I am the CEO of SecPro. So, well, I think some of you already know me a little bit. So, as Leo mentioned before, today we are going to talk about our digital fingerprint. And this is very important in OSINT because first you need to know your own digital fingerprint, and then you can look for the digital fingerprint from other people, right? Because you need to understand your exposure. So one of the questions normally I try to solve is, are we digital puppets? Our decisions, our way to act, or the way we interact with internet, it's our own decision, or somebody is influencing us, somebody is affecting the way we think, the way we act, the behavior, right? So it's very interesting to think about it, and I invite you to think about it. And after this webinar, maybe you are going to think different. So, well, we are going to talk about the information normally we provide to internet. Normally, in any kind of interaction you have in internet, you are leaving fingerprints, like breadcrumbs, right? So I want to show you a little bit about that part, and then we are going to see how to look for that fingerprints, or well, for some of them, about people, right? So in any interaction, or in every interaction we have in internet, we leave fingerprints. So what kind of fingerprints? A lot of them. In the moment you visit a website, that things we do that all the time, right? You all the time are visiting websites. You leave information like what kind of browser are you using, what kind of machine you have, your operating system, your geolocation, the information about your carrier, your service provider, your internet service provider, your ISP, information about the user you have, or you are logged, or you have logged in your computer, etc. It depends about the different technologies that the websites are using against you, right? So this is very interesting, and that's way in security operations, or in operational security, you need to think about it. In OPSEC, you need to think, if you are going to do OSINT, you need to think about your fingerprint. Maybe in other conference we can talk. I proposed different subjects the last time, and the most interesting for everyone were related with people. But one of the most important parts in OSINT is operational security, or SecOps, or OPSEC, as you wish, operational security. How to be anonymous, how to create a sock puppet account, etc. That's very important. But well, I think it's enough with OSINT, with this lecture. Maybe in another time we can see the subject again. Maybe the next one can be forensics, or hacking, or pentesting, or well, you let me know truly, or in the chats, and we can talk about different subjects. But well, let's focus in this part. So, how anonymous we are when we work in internet? Well, let's see a couple of demonstrations. Let's talk about this website. Let me show you Central Ops. It's a very nice website. It's a very nice website. I'm going to copy this for you in the chat. Normally, you know that. Yeah, Angie, you're right. I love social engineering. I do that a lot. Thank you for that idea. So, okay, there is a lot of options in Central Ops. I hope you can see my screen. And well, the option we are going to take.
You're watching your presentation right now.
You are watching my presentation, not the browser. Let's see. Let me see if I need to change my screen here. Okay, you should see centralops.net. Okay, you can see that.
Yes.
Perfect. So in centralops, we are going to select the browser mirror option. This tool shows you what you are showing to the world in the moment you are visiting a website. In this case, I'm not in my home right now, I'm in another city. So we can see the IP address, and all of the information this tool grabs from you, it's through JavaScript. If I allow the scripts here, I'm going to do that, you can see more information, right? More information. IP address is normal. You can do anything, but you are going to show it. Even if you are using a VPN, okay, you are going to show the IP address of your VPN or your proxy. The tunneling or the mechanism, the connectivity mechanism you are going to use, you are going to show the IP address. If you want to hide your IP address, of course, you need to use a VPN. Well, so this tool can detect if I can receive cookies and can detect the JavaScript version that I can execute in my computer. I can tell the technologies we are using. It can detect that I am using Mozilla in a Macintosh, the specific version, and I have a PDF viewer here, a Chrome PDF viewer here, Chromium PDF. Everything is detected. Even the resolution, the screen resolution can be detected. And that's just JavaScript. One of my recommendations for you in SecOps or in OPSEC, it's to use this tool. It's called NoScript. I don't remember if I talked about this last time, because we talk about so many things. But my recommendation for you is to use this tool, NoScript. NoScript, it's a tool that you can install in almost any browser, but normally I use it in Firefox, and allows you to stop scripts in the computer or in your browser. NoScript. I already put the URL in the chat. So NoScript is this extension I have that allow me to stop scripts, and you can select even the scripts you want to execute. So you can configure in a very, very customized way how your browser is going to behave in the moment that you visit a website. So I recommend that a lot. So, okay, as you see, we are disclosing information. There are more tools like this one. The EFF, maybe you are familiar with this, Electronic Frontier Foundation. They are very interesting, and they are very, very concerned about your privacy in internet. They have this tool. I'm going to share this link with you. They have this tool, right, that allows you to test your browser. So you can see if your browser are leaking information or if your browser is leaking information, right? So I need to allow JavaScript again so we can see enough information. As you see, JavaScript, this extension is blocking and blocking and blocking what this tool is trying to do, right? So, well, the security I'm using don't allow them to grab so much information right now, but well, you can try in your browsers. Let's see if now, perfect. So you can see how or what information I'm leaking. They say that I have a strong protection. Even allowing them to run in JavaScript, they say I'm okay, because I have a lot of tools, protection tools or detection tools in the moment I browse the internet, because you know, there is a lot of attacks, beautiful or amazing attacks, like I can extract credentials from memory in the browser. We can do a lot of different things in the browser, so that's why you need to have enough protection. But well, you can see different detections they have right now. That's panopticlick, even screen resolution, fonts, even the fonts, that's important. Cookies, so on, so on, so on, so on. The WebGL, that's important. You see how many information I'm leaking in the moment that you browse internet, right? So, but even so, I have a unique fingerprint. Normally your browser can have a unique fingerprint that can be identified. Okay, If you are interested in this subject, if you are interested to know how are you leaking information, etc., you can take a look about this beautiful website. It's called Browser Leaks. Browser Leaks tells you shows you different technologies that normally websites can use to grab information from you. Even some techniques or some technologies allow the website to know your internal IP address, not your external, not your router, ADSL modem, or the technology you are using to connect to internet. They can detect your internal. So there are beautiful technologies that the Webrtc, maybe you're familiar with that one. I am afraid that I already mentioned this in the previous session. I hope not. Webrtc means web remote telecommunications protocol. So this Webrtc is used by tools like Zoom, any kind of tool that needs access to your microphone, to your camera, in a web browser screen, are going to use Webrtc. There is a tool that you can use to try this one. IP8 allows you to detect how vulnerable you are with Webrtc. Let me paste that for you. So you can run the leak test. Let's see. So some websites tries to access your microphone immediately, just in the moment they try. Look, this website is trying to access my cameras and my microphones. It's a test, of course, but my technologies stop it. The browser I'm using normally detects that and allows you to select the camera and the microphone. But if you are using a vulnerable web browser or an old version, maybe they can reach access to microphone and camera even without your permission. So I'm going to block them. But even so, I can show you the public IP address and well, a lot of different information we are leaking with Webrtc. And here you have the different technologies that normally a website can use to detect information about you. The canvas fingerprinting, this is so crazy. This is related about the renderization of the image in your computer. Normally each computer have a specific fingerprint related with the renderization. It's beautiful. Fonts, it's another fingerprint. But well, there is a lot of ways. I leave you the browser leaks URL so you can take a look. The WebGL, it's beautiful as well. Silverlight, Microsoft technology, it's amazing. One of the most important things that you can try with each one of these leaks, you can see your computer. You can try and you can take a look about what you are leaking, right? So it's very interesting, very, very interesting. So, well, perfect. So let's talk about the investigative process. In the moment you are doing OSINT and you need information about some person, this is huge field. So today we are going to talk about usernames and email addresses, because I can talk about this. Normally in my training, this is almost like an entire day talking about people OSINT. But well, normally, when you are going to do OSINT for a person, you need information about a person, normally you have something. You have the name, you have an email, you have a username, right? So we start normally with something. And maybe you have an image, you have a photograph. In the previous session, we talked about reverse image search. We already discussed a little bit about that. But well, you have something to start, right? So normally we can talk about SOCMIN, social media intelligence, right? Because normally, even if you are a very, very paranoid people like me, I have social networks, right? Because I need them to work. So I have YouTube, I have LinkedIn, I'm pretty sure that everybody here have at least LinkedIn, at least, because you are professionals, you are expert in a specific field, or you are going to start in a specific field. So you need to show to the world what you are doing, your qualifications, etc. So, in a professional world, we are going to talk about LinkedIn. Maybe you have Facebook, maybe you have Instagram, and we are here in Discord, right? So, all of these kind of social networks provides information, right? And can be useful for us in the moment we are doing submit against a specific person. So we can look for information in social networks. So, what kind of information we can look for? Of course, you can look for text. It's one of the important things. Image, videos, right? You know that text can provide you an MD5. We already talked about hash. And with that hash, we can look for a specific text in the entire internet. It's one of the things we can do. We already talked about metadata, but when we talk about metadata, we talk about documents metadata. So we were talking about maze metadata, creation date, access date, modification date, etc. Maze. But normally it depends about the document. We already talked about Word documents. We talk about OLE, object linked and embedded documents. But today we are going to talk about metadata in image. That is a little different, right? Because I think that we didn't talk about that in the previous session. We talked about documents. So normally any kind of digital file contains metadata. What kind of metadata? Not only the maze, the modification access, no. We are talking about geolocation. We are talking about creation tool, device that were used to create that image or to create a document, etc. That's metadata. And we have more metadata. Like when we talk about social networks, we talk about post dates, times that the people or the person normally used to post. Normally people post sometimes in the same specific range of time. That's a metadata that tells you something. Everything can tell you something when you are doing intelligence. There is no information, superfluous information. No, everything can be useful. In the previous session, we talked about tools that you can use to register information like Xmind or Cherry Tree, etc. We'll talk about that in the previous session. But important part here is that you can grab metadata from post. Recommendations for you. One of the most important when you are doing SOCMINT, this tool, the Firefox multi-account container. What happened? Normally you have your own profile in Facebook or Instagram or whatever, or maybe you need to use different profiles. And how to do that in the same browser? Because normally if you try, you need to log out, log in, log out, log in, log out, log in. You spend a lot of time using the different social accounts. Well, with this tool, you don't have that problem. This tool, the Firefox multi-account container, allows you to open each one of your profiles in a different container, like an isolated browser. It's beautiful, right? I'm going to share this link with you. Nice. So this tool allows me to open in a container. So if I'm going to use, I don't know, Facebook, look. Facebook. Well, look, my containers takes control and ask me, okay, which container you are going to use. You can select a specific container. When you install this tool, you have this tool here, and you can select these different actions. You can open new tab in a specific container. You can create your own containers, right? So you can go to manage containers and you can create a new container. I can call this container OSINT 1, let's say, OSINT 1. And you can put a specific color and a specific icon if you want, and you can say, okay. So now I have a new container. So I can open this specific Facebook session in a specific container. You see? So I can open again Facebook with another account And then I can select a different container. So you can have as many containers, you can see. You can select as many containers as you wish. And it's nice. You are going to save a lot of time, right? Well, that's one of the recommendations when you are going to do OSINT in different social networks, because you need to have different profiles. Nice. Well, normally you can have information like a username, right? You know the name of the person. Maybe you can grab information about the username. And maybe if you don't have nothing about this person, well, you can try to see if you found this person in a social network like LinkedIn, right? So you can try to see. Let's see. And you can review how the person creates his or her user in a specific social network, right? So normally people is great, because normally people do the same things all the time, even us. Sometimes, and you can tell me, you can write me if you want, if you use 5, 6 different usernames for yourselves. I don't think so. Maybe you have 2, 3, but normally you repeat. People, you are cybersecurity people, but people that do not work in this field normally have one username. Think about your coworkers. Think about your family. Normally they have one username, and they use that in Facebook, in Instagram, in YouTube, etc. Right? So normally you can look for a specific username. Let's see if I found my username. Here we can see my username. I'm going to open in the proper container. As you can see, all my social networks opens in specific containers, because of course I have a lot of different things. But well, here we have one username, David F. Pereira. So we can copy that one. And we can use a tool like Sherlock. Sherlock is a very nice tool that allows you to look for different usernames in a lot of different social networks. So you do not make effort here. Sherlock allows you to do this for you, right? So it's very, very nice. Let me show you how this works. So this is a Linux tool, so we are going to use Ubuntu can be. Let me go to my Ubuntu machine here, this one. So here we have the Sherlock, right? So the installation, well, it's a Git clone, and you don't have an issue here. You can install Sherlock. You have, I didn't copy for you the URL. Let me copy that for you, and I'm going to write the David F. Pereira for you. There you go with the URL of Sherlock. Well, so Sherlock and the Ubuntu here. So we can see here the Sherlock, and you have the py file here, so we can say Python 3. All of the tools I'm going to show you normally are Python 3. If we are going to use something in Python 2, I'm going to tell you. But normally I just use Python 3 right now. So you just need to provide the username. That's it. It's very simple to use this tool. So I'm going to say David F. Pereira. That's it. And hit enter. So this tool allows you to look for the same username in a lot of different social networks. You see? And it detects if that profile, or well, that username exists in different social networks. And you can see, you see? It looks for each one of them. If you receive a green, well, if you receive information about that here, well, that means that this profile exists. And you can look it. You can look for it. You can just open the specific link and you can see it, right? In a very simple way. So it's beautiful. But if you don't like command line I hope you like command line, but I don't know, right? So, well, this is not me, this is another guy. But, well, that person, that David F. Pereira, have a username in Twitch. Of course, then you need to test, or you need to contrast or verify if we are talking about the same person, because 3 or 10 different persons can use the same username. But, well, you are saving time. So, Sherlock, it's one of the tools. There are a lot of web tools that you can use, like name check. It's nice, but only show or only looks in 90 social media accounts. I'm going to copy this for you, name check. Right, name check, and you just need to provide the username, let's say, again, David F. Pereira. So I'm going to say I'm not a robot, and this tool looks for domains, and you can look for usernames here. This don't look for so many usernames. That's why I don't love so much this tool. But this you need, when I teach ethical hacking or penetration testing, etc., red teaming, normally I explain that you need different tools to do the same, because you need to contrast results. It's not recommended that you only one tool, or you just trust in only one tool. Well, if you see this red, that means that these profiles are already taken. But well, let me show you one of the most powerful, check usernames. There are more in command line, but I don't have so much time with you, so only we have 1 hour. But well, you can see, check usernames. I'm going to copy this one for you as well, so you can see, right? You can see. Check usernames, they look for 160 social networks, so it's more powerful. You see, it's very nice interface. And you can check for different usernames, 160 social networks. Some of these maybe you don't even knew that exist previously. Perfect. User search and Lular. Well, you are going to keep the recordings, and I'm going to publish this in my YouTube channel as well, so you are going to see them. Jasny is interesting. Jasny, it's interesting because in Jasny you can look for people that match with a specific criteria, like the names, David Pereira, and let's say hacking or something like that. Let's say David Pereira only. So you can search a specific criteria in the names of people. So this tool looks in a lot of different sources, not only social networks. It gives priority to social networks, but looks in different parts. So one of the things I normally try to do is to automate things so I can save time, right? So this tool saves a lot of time because you can see the profiles in Facebook. You can look for different social networks as you can see. So looks in different parts and provides you an entire result or an entire list of results depending the area or the field. In music, in documents. Look, this is me, David Pereira presentations. Probably, I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, let's see if I can. I need to allow these scripts, of course. I need to allow these scripts. Okay. This is me. No, this is not me. No, this is not me. But well, you can see the different results in Jasny. Jasny is very interesting. Well, Lular, this is good as well. You can look for a specific email here, or first and last name, or username. This tool allows you to do that. Let me copy this for you, and you can try in your home or in your own labs, lular.com or lular.com. So that's very good. Well, the metadata in image. It's very interesting. We talked previously about documents. In image or in pictures, you can grab information. Some of you in the past session mentioned this tool. I'm just going to show you very fast. So there are different tools that can grab information about image, like Exif tools. It's very nice, and you can use the web interface. Sorry, the web interface. I'm going to copy this for you. Yeah, please. If you have some questions, go ahead. I love to solve questions. So please tell me, and you are going to enrich this session. Because if I'm the only one that talk, man, you can be bored in a very fast time. Well, so you can see with Exif tools, you can look for a specific image if you want. Well, we can look for image in a very simple way. Let's say index of JPG. Let's see what we found. Let's try with this one. Let's see what we have here. I think I already visited one of these results, and we can see maybe we can grab some metadata. Let's see again. Let's try with this maybe, or this one. Let's see. Yeah. So let's see. I already visited this one. Let's see. I hope it's not porn. No. Oh, well, I think it's okay. So we can take the URL, and we can provide the URL here, and we can take a look. Let's see. Interesting. Let's try with another one. Let's see. Let's say Exif Viewer, and then I'm going to show you the command line tool that I normally use. Well, there is a lot of Exif viewers, as you can see. There is a lot, so you can use any. Let's see. I just want to. It's interesting because maybe my scripts now.
It was the wrong important.
Yeah. You're right, because my
show exit.
Yeah. Okay.
Show exit.
Yeah. I'd say browse, but it's giving me. No, it's giving me an error. So I'm going to show you.
You type a slash in the link.
Let's see.
Like image 01/52.
I have an additional one. Let's see.
Yeah. After 01.
Oh yeah. You're right. Oh. Let me paste it again. That's it. Even so, but it's interesting. Let's see. No, that's the right one. Let's see with the other one. Yeah, sure. Let me show you. Let's see. This one. This down now. It's down. Yeah, man. I'm going to use the command line never fails, man. So I'm going to download an image, one of these images. Let's see if it works for us. I'm going to take this one maybe. I'm going to save it, and we can work with that one. Perfect, and I'm going to copy that image to our virtual machine. It's easier. put the image in the other in the virtual machine. Okay. Or I can look it for. Let me copy. Perfect. Save it. Let's put that in downloads. Can be nice. So we can use the Exif tool here. We can say Exif Tool. Exif Tool allows you to select the image you want to look for. In this case, we are in, let's see, I am in Home OSINT Tools. Okay. /home OSINT downloads and that image. So we can see here all the information about that specific image. Let's see. Here we have the, of course, the maze, because I just downloaded right now. And we have, look, here we have the camera that they use in that moment, a Canon Ixus 130, modified 2010, date and time, original date and times, etc. If that image were taken with a cell phone and the cell phone have the GPS turned on, we grab the geolocation as well. So you can see all the information you can have with this tool. And sometimes people think that you just can grab information about of an image, and that's wrong. With Exif Tools, that I'm going to share with you this link, give me a second, I'm going to share with you this link. You can see the different commands you can run to grab different metadata. In professional environment, Angie, in a lot of things. One of the things we do as a company, it's a service called digital surveillance. One of the things we do is to detect for C-levels in the company how exposed they are. So normally we can show the kids or the children of a CEO or a CFO or CTO of a company. We can detect leaked information about the company, leaked code, clone websites, phishing websites, that kind of things, right? Yeah, in external penetration testing, it's very useful. We talk a little bit about that because in the previous session, Angie, you remember that you were right in the previous session. I think you were there, and we work with infrastructure, right? With IT infrastructure. So we grab information about operating systems, carriers, providers, right? So we use OSINT a lot. Well, with this, thank you for your question. With this tool, you can see the different commands you can use with Exif Tool. So, thank you, Angie. So you can see if you want to look for information about a specific camera in a group of image, etc. So you have, I prefer to show you how to fish and don't give you the fish. So here you have a very nice tool. Perfect. Any other question right now? It's possible to make, okay, already put the browser bigger. Okay. Well, Exif Tools. OSINT in Facebook. There is a lot of different tools to do OSINT in Facebook, but the problem with the tools is that normally Facebook changes the API, the API all the time. So it's not so useful. My recommendation for you is to use the Facebook search. All the times works and it's very, very good. I have some HTML tools to do that, but I'm going to show you a specific tool today. It's this one. Who posted what? Let me show you. You can look for specific posts with this tool. Who posted what? So I'm going to copy this for you. So you can work for the specific ID of a person. Let's see, let's look for a specific person. Let's see, opening the container. Let's take somebody. Let's see, I don't know. Look, okay, this girl, Angelica Garcia. So I'm going to take a look about the username. The username of this account is Damian Estrada 982. Facebook have a specific user ID numbers, and the proper way to look for information inside Facebook is to use the user ID. This is not the user ID, this is the username. So with this tool, you can grab the user ID. You just need to provide the user ID, the username, sorry, and this tool finds the user ID. Let me allow the scripts here. No, yeah. Thank you, Angie. So look, now we have the user ID number, right? And then we can look for specific information like, I don't know, a location. Let's put here location like a city. Let's say a Colombian city like Bogota. And I can search for that specific account if she posts information from that city. And we can see information in that account. But as you see, this tool is using the Facebook search to do that. And you can tune your search in Facebook, right? And if you want to look for a specific content posted from that account, well, I can put the user ID that we already know here and say search. But that specific account doesn't have information about Bogota in specific. But well, you can play a lot with the different options in this tool. You can look for specific days or months or year or time range, locations, etc. Or from, this is very interesting, you can look a post associated with or from that person looking for a specific word, like let's say love or something. So you can look for that. Look, things related with love, and you see the keyword here from that specific account, Angelica Garcia account. You see everything related with love here with that specific account. So it's very powerful. You just need a specific group of keywords and the user ID that you already have with this same tool. That's for Facebook. Let's talk about Twitter. Twitter have a beautiful advanced interface to look for information. Is this one? Let me show you. And it's very, very powerful. I'm going to show you. I'm going to copy that for you in the chat. Sorry. Okay. Look, so here we have the advanced search, right? So let me put this better for you. Right. So you can look in Twitter for specific words and a specific phrase, some specific words or accounts or filters, etc. You can do almost anything with the advanced search in Twitter. But Twitter, as we saw with Google, the past session we talked about Google, DuckDuckGo, Yahoo, and Bing. We talk about dorks. In Twitter, you have dorks as well, and they are so powerful. Man, the time flies. Well, look. Here you have the different operators, Twitter operators that you can use. So let's say that you want to see the interaction for a specific account. You want to know who talks with that specific account. So it's very simple. You just need to open Twitter. Let me take one of the. I already have Twitter. And in search, I can say to and the account. Like David Pereira Zip, that's my account. So David Pereira. So you can see people talking to me, right? You can look for the top or the latest people talking to me, right? Or people interacting with me, or photos sent to me, right? Different photos. I miss presence. Well, 2018, no pandemics yet. So, or videos sent to me, right? So you can see the different dorks you can use in Twitter. You're going to have these videos, so you can see the different filters you can use. Those are amazing. And well, you can look for media. Let me show you an interesting thing. You can look for media, you can look for video, etc. So you can use filter colon and something like let's do something like this. You can look for in your Twitter. You can say something like raices.org, let's say, and filter media, filter colon media. I can put this bigger, yeah, now. Raices.org filter media. Raices.org and filter media. So you can have that kind of filter, but well, it's, I don't remember which one is the handler of Raices. What is the handler? Is Raices. Let's see. Let me see if somebody already wrote. Raicescyber.org. Thank you. Raices Cyber. Let me put it here. Raicescyber.org and filter media here. So you can see media related with Raices.org. So you can see the different dorks you can use. Another thing, you can look for attitudes. So you can look for a specific attitude, like a bad attitude or similar. So you can look for, I don't know, let's say DEFCON, and you just need to say colon and the sad emoji, right? So you can look for a specific bad attitude, having the word DEFCON in the Twitter. You see? You can take a look about that. So, bad attitude related with a specific subject. You can put the handler. So, with Twitter, you can play a lot. So, well. In LinkedIn, you can use dorks, Google Dorks. We already talked about dorks in the previous session. So, you can use that in LinkedIn. So you just need to say site. You remember that. Not everybody were in the previous session, so you just need to say site linkedin.com, and you just need to say David Pereira Cyber, let's say Cyber, and you are going to find that's my profile. So it's very easy to use dorks. That's me. Like sitelinkedin.com, and those dorks works with any kind of social network. You can do the same with Instagram if you want. So you just need to say site Instagram, Instagram, and let's say Instagram.com. And let's say Beyond's. So here we have the first one is Beyond's Instagram. So you just need to use a Google Doc. There are more tools, but I don't have enough time, so I don't want to just show you something, but well, you see. Emails. Emails are so important in OSINT, so you can use different tools. One of the nice tools you can use is Hunter.io. Hunter allows you to look for information for emails from specific companies. Let's look for DEFCON. Let's say DEFCON. And let's find email addresses related with DEFCON. Let's see. Let's see. There are different domains. Let's say defcon.org, right? defcon.org, and let's see. Perfect. So you have different emails. Shops at DEFCON, batch at DEFCON, Jeffy, comments. So some emails. That's nice. Like 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 emails. Beautiful. If you are not sure about how is the format, because you don't know if it's name dot last name or first letter of the name and the last name, etc., you can use tools like emailformat.com, right? So they have different domains, popular domains. I'm going to copy this for you. Sometimes they have popular domains, or you can browse. You can look for defcon.org, let's say. And it's going to, look, it exists, and it's going to show you how normally they have the emails, and look for those emails. So they say, okay, they have first name, 32% probabilities, 26% probabilities last name, and so on, so on, so on. So this tool gives you probabilities and found emails at defcon.org. And you can see the representative email addresses as well. Let me allow the scripts here. And you can see them, right? So this tool is beautiful, allows you to detect emails for a specific company, even if you are not familiar with the format that they are using. I love this tool, Infoga. Infoga allows you to do the same, but as I like, in command line, right? So I think, well, let me show you the Infoga tool. I'm going to copy the link for you. You can install this in your Kali or in Ubuntu or in the tool, in the operating system you want. I'm going to copy this for you. This is beautiful. I'm almost done. Have a little patience with me. And I have 5 more minutes. Well, look, you just need to provide the domain with -d. Like always, with --help, you have the help about this tool. And well, this tool is going to look in different search engines, like a meta search. We already talked about meta search in the previous session. So this tool looks in with different search engines and grab all the emails possible. So it's one of the most effective ways to grab emails from a specific company. Let's see if we can look in PGP. If the company use a public PGP signature, is going to found. Look, a lot. We found 18 in PGP, so we have so much than the emails we found with Hunter and the other tools. So more than 10, of course. Like 23, 24, 25, more or less. You see? So it's very effective in Infoga. There are more tools, but well, we don't have so much time. Email Finder, it's a nice Chrome extension you can install. Let me copy this for you. email finder. It's nice, it's for Chrome. Do similar things like the Hunter I already showed you, or the Infoga. But as I mentioned before, normally I contrast tools. And I don't remember if I have that email finder here in my Chrome. I think so. So you can just visit a specific. Let's see if I have it here. And no, I don't have it installed. But well, you can install it. It's very simple. I don't want to spend a lot of time here. Well, you can do verification. One of the most important things, okay, you have an email, but you need to verify that, that this email really exists. So you have different tools. We can go with one just to save time. This one from Central Ops. I'm going to copy that one for you in the chat. And then we can take a look about one of the emails we already found, like neil@defcon.org, let's say. So we can try to verify if that email really exists. So this executes DNS validation about that that email, starts an SMTP session, and try to validate the email. So as you see, it can resolve the email server. He can connect with that email, but don't receive a favorable reply code. So we are not totally sure about this email, but at least the email server works and the mail server answers. So you can try with different tools like Email Hippo or Verifalia. You can take a look about them so you can validate if an email really exists. Another tool similar to the tools we already used, this is the email permutator. I'm going to copy this for you. And you can try, if you are not sure about the format of an email, you can try with this, and you can put the first name of a person, the last name, and the domain. And this tool, let's say, David Pereira, and my domain is segpro.llc, let's see, and permute it. And this tool creates a lot of possibilities that you can try. David@segpro.llc, Pereira@segpro.llc, etc. So it creates 34 emails, probable or potential emails that you can try, just with the name and the domain of the person. Email permutator. Last part, the worldwide OSINT map. You are looking for people. Okay, how to know the proper source? I'm going to show you this one. This one is the worldwide OSINT map. With this map, you just need to select a specific country, and you can see in that country what kind of search engine you can use for people. Let's say in Spain. Okay, I can go. Let me allow the scripts here. I can go to Spain, and they show you all the OSINT search engines in that country. So you have the cadastral map and vehicle information, oscaro.es, if you need to look for vehicles, for vehicles. Let me allow this. So you can look for plates. Look, here you have the plate. You can look for plates. And so on, so on, so on. It depends about the country. You need to look for sometimes, well, this is for people. So you have the yellow or white page to look for people. So you have the worldwide map. So if you need to do an investigation in Argentina, Chile, Peru, etc., well, you know tools that allows you to look for specific search engines in the specific country, because sometimes Google don't have everything. You can look for phone numbers as well. You can have a phone number and look for phone numbers. This is an alternative to Truecaller. Normally people know Truecaller. So you can select a specific country and then look for phone numbers, right? So this tool provides the search engines for phone numbers in each country. It's very useful, this number. Truecaller, the most probably thing is that you are familiar with Truecaller. Truecaller is a tool that you can install in your phone and allows you to look for a specific phone number, right? So if somebody wants to try, just tell me. We have 1 more minute only, more or less. If somebody wants to try, just, well. Let me copy that for you, the Truecaller. I suppose that you're familiar. This is very well known. There are more, but this is very effective. But there are more than Truecaller. And that's it. I finished on time, almost on time.